Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm going to be doing weekly pregnancy updates. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up. So today I am 20 weeks pregnant and I can't even believe that I'm already halfway through my pregnancy. I mean, time is just flying by. It's insane. Ever since we found out the gender of our second baby, which if you haven't already, be sure to check the description box and watch the ultrasound video where we found out the gender of our second baby. We found out it's a girl and we are just so over the moon excited, and I honestly could not believe that it was a girl. I started crying like right away as soon as she told us, because I honestly thought I was going to be having another boy. We already have a 5-year-old son, and I kind of felt the same way I did with him, so I kind of just expected that it was just going to be another boy. So finding out we were having a girl is just so exciting. I can't even believe it. And we also finally decided on a name for her. Her name is going to be Scarlet Rose, which I just love. It's really unique, and I can kind of imagine the personality that'll come along with the name. So this week, baby is about 10.5 inches long and about 10 ounces. And she's definitely starting to get big. I can definitely tell I'm starting to get a little bit more of a baby bump, which I'll leave a picture at the end of this video showing my weekly bump. So baby's development wise, this week she is practicing swallowing more amniotic fluid and is swallowing about 1 ounce of amniotic fluid a day now. And she's also starting to produce meconium to help prepare for birth. So this week, how I'm feeling actually pretty great finally. The earlier months of my pregnancy, it was definitely rough. I had HG, so I had a really hard pregnancy in the beginning. I definitely didn't feel like I was going to be able to survive it. There was times where I was just like, I'm not going to be able to do this. It's so hard, you know, and I ended up getting on some medication to help with my morning sickness, and ever since then I've been definitely starting to feel a lot better. My symptoms this week have been heartburn, which I've had my entire pregnancy, so that really just does not surprise me. And another symptom I've been having this week are some Braxton Hicks contractions. And my cravings so far in my pregnancy have been a lot of cheese. I am craving everything cheese. It's actually a funny story, because when I first was pregnant, I had to be, you know, maybe 3 weeks pregnant at the time. We had went to Florida and I was craving all day a block of cheese. And, you know, we were staying in a hotel, so we didn't really have access to stuff like that. So I ended up forcing my fiance to go to a gas station and pick me up a block of cheese, and I managed to eat the entire block of cheese on the ride home to our hotel, which is hilarious. And ever since then, I'm just like obsessed with cheese. I want everything with cheese on it, overload cheese. So this past week, we got some pretty scary news. I decided that I was going to do the genetic testing this pregnancy with my son. It wasn't really an option. And our results came back from that last week, and we were told that our child has a 1 in 200 chance of having Down syndrome, which is definitely really scary. My results are about the equivalent of a 38-year-old woman's chances of having a child with Down syndrome. So the test I had done, because I already had missed the first trimester screening, I ended up doing the second trimester screening, which is a blood test done between 18 and 21 weeks. And it basically tests a bunch of your hormones in your body and kind of comes up with a conclusion for Down syndrome, trisomy 13 and trisomy 18. So after getting those results, my doctor had recommended I see a specialist in maternal health. So next week on Tuesday, May 9th, we will be going to have a level 2 ultrasound, which they will be doing an extremely thorough ultrasound. They will be checking her nose structure, her neck, her heart, her lungs, her kidneys, everything like that. The ultrasound will end up being around 1 hour, and they will be basically checking for markers that she has Down syndrome. And if in fact she doesn't have any of those markers, then basically we will be cleared from her having Down syndrome. But if she does in fact have markers, they would really prefer me to do an amniocentesis, which, if you're not aware of what that is a ultrasound is performed and helps to guide a needle into your abdomen and withdraws a little bit of amniotic fluid for testing. And basically it's 99% effective at testing for multiple disorders such as Down syndrome. But because of the risks of sudden miscarriage and infection, I'm definitely not planning on doing that. I feel like if it does come back that she does have markers, we'll just continue to do more blood work on me and any non-invasive tests that they could potentially offer us. And if in fact, you know, she does have markers, they will definitely be giving me more frequent ultrasounds to keep checking on things and to make sure she's not having any severe complications, because with Down syndrome comes a lot of problems such as heart problems, brain problems, development problems, and such like that, that could require surgery down the road for her after she's born, or a few years after she's born, if in fact she does have it. How I feel on finding out my child could potentially have Down syndrome: at first I was really upset. I took it really hard. I don't think any parent could possibly take it any easier than I did, because it's a horrible thing to find out that your child could potentially have special needs, and you know that there's any problems. You want to go along with your pregnancy thinking that everything's fine and you're gonna have this perfectly healthy baby, and to find out that that might not necessarily be the case is definitely really scary. I cried for the first couple days. I definitely was really upset and emotional, just like any other parent would. But then I started to sit down and do my own research on the topic, and I found out that a lot of times people who have even smaller chances than me can have a perfectly healthy baby. The test is known to be giving false reads, and something as simple as your due date being off by 1 day could mess the test up completely. Which I definitely feel like could potentially be a factor for me, since I've only had one ultrasound my entire pregnancy done by my actual doctor. And that was actually at an ER at 6 weeks for cramping, so it wasn't really as thorough as a normal ultrasound would have been. And at that ultrasound they had changed my due date and pushed it back 7 days. So it was originally supposed to be September 13th, and they ended up pushing it back to September 20th. So I definitely feel like, because that was the last ultrasound that I had through them for dating, it definitely could be wrong. You know, it could be off by just 1 day, and that could completely mess up the results. So once I kind of found that out, I felt a little bit better that I have a really high chance of her turning out perfectly healthy. I'm just hoping that the ultrasound kind of takes away the rest of the stress and risks of her having Down syndrome. I definitely plan on doing another updated video once we do get the results from that ultrasound, and hopefully I'll have some really cute pictures to share of her. And I'm honestly hoping that we get some good news to share with you guys. It was honestly really hard filming this video. I did it quite a few times just because I would start to get a little bit emotional talking about it. It's still so fresh in our minds. It's only been about a week since we found out this, and we're obviously still waiting on the appointment. So I feel like hopefully next week it'll be good news that I can share with you guys, and I definitely plan on putting an update in my 21-week pregnancy video. If you or someone you know has been through something like this, definitely leave a comment down below, and definitely keep my family in your prayers while we go through something like this. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video from us. Bye guys!